So I just saw this article on NBC Black. What Black women should know about hair relaxers and their health. Doctors explain why relaxers can be so harmful and what can people do if they think their hair straightening regimen has contributed to poor health. The damage chemical relaxers can have on Black women is coming under intense scrutiny. Several landmark studies have been published in the last year highlighting the link between chemical hair relaxers, which break down proteins in hair to straighten it, and increased rates of uterine cancer. And last week, after pressure from Democratic reps Ayanna Pressley of Massachusetts and Shontel Brown of Ohio, the FDA proposed a ban on hair smoothing and hair straightening products containing formaldehyde, an ingredient known to cause cancer. As more research continues to reveal potential dangers, hundreds of Black people have filed lawsuits against big-name beauty and cosmetics retailers like L'Oreal and Revlon, blaming their chemical hair straighteners as causes of uterine cancer, fibroid tumors, and infertility. The latest research on the effects of hair relaxers was published October 10th by Boston University. According to the Black Women's Health Study, postmenopausal Black women who have used chemical hair relaxers more than twice a year or for more than 5 years have an increased risk of developing uterine cancer. And following 44,798 Black women for up to 22 years, research found a higher rate of uterine cancer among postmenopausal Black women who reported having used chemical hair relaxers for at least 10 years, regardless of frequency. Better grasping Black health and the factors that contribute to racial disparities in cancer was the intent behind the 22-year study. The idea here is that a renewed emphasis or attention to the potential dangers of these products, I hope, will spur policies and that will sort of help reduce exposure in this population or even help us identify potentially safer alternatives to straighten hair. The idea here is that a renewed emphasis or attention to the potential dangers of these products, I hope, will spur policies that will sort of help reduce exposure in this population or even help us identify potentially safer alternatives to straighten hair, said the lead author of the study, Kimberly Bertrand, an associate professor of medicine at Boston University. Revealing the potential risk of hair relaxers, she said, can help spread awareness and encourage making safer choices. To Representative Pressley, oversight into these ingredients touches upon generational issues that Black women have long grappled with. For generations, systemic racism and anti-Black hair sentiment have forced Black women to navigate the extreme politicization of hair. We've seen this play out in schools and in the workplace where Black folks have been criminalized, punished, or overlooked in personnel decisions just for how our hair grows out of our heads. As a result, Black women have turned to straightened or relaxed hair as an attempt to advance socially and economically. But regardless of how we wear our hair, we should be able to show up in the world without putting our health at risk. And manufacturers should be prevented from making a profit at the expense of our health. NBC News spoke to Bertrand and other researchers to answer some questions Black people may have about chemical hair straighteners and the potential risk to their health. What has the research said about chemical hair relaxers and women's health so far? Several studies have found that chemical hair straighteners have harmful effects on the body. Last year, the National Institutes of Health published a major study linking chemical hair straighteners to a higher risk of uterine cancer. The study analyzed data from 33,497 U.S. women aged 35 to 74 who were followed for nearly 11 years. During that period, 378 cases of uterine cancer were diagnosed. According to that report, Black women who reported using hair relaxers more than twice a year or had used them for more than 5 years had a greater than 50% risk of developing uterine cancer compared to those who rarely or never used relaxers, additional data from the study shows. In 2021, BWHS found that Black women who used hair products containing lye, an ingredient typically found in salon relaxers, at least 7 times a year for more than 15 years, had a 30% increased risk of developing breast cancer. Among 50,543 women who participated in the 25-year study, 2,300 participants had developed breast cancer, including over 1,800 who had developed invasive breast cancers, meaning the cancers spread into surrounding breast tissue. While Black women have a 4% incidence rate of breast cancer than white women, Black women have a 40% higher breast cancer death rate, according to the American Cancer Society. October is Cancer Awareness Month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And many of us Black women we know that these products are not good for us. The natural hair movement has been around or began more than 20 years ago. So the information is out there. I don't know how many studies will need to be done for women, for Black women, to stop using these products. I don't know. You guys can find this study. Like I said, it's on NBC Black. It's not good. These products are not good. And considering the fact that many of us, there have been two diverging paths. Some of us have gone natural. Some of us are still using the products. And some people are using these products on their daughters. At this point, is a choice. Just like people know what happens when you smoke, what it does to your lungs, and what kind of cancers it can bring. People know this information. They're still actively choosing to use them. The consequences could be had, and at some point, people are going to have to live with the consequences, especially since the information is out there. You guys go ahead, jump in the comments, and let me know what you think. I know I didn't do the whole article, and that's okay because you guys can look for it. But the information is out there. These products are not healthy for us, for our bodies in any way. And just go ahead and chime in. How do you feel about this? Are you natural? Are you still going to use these products? What are your thoughts? Like, comment, share.